Canada, it's huge. No, seriously, it's massive. This weekend, we're in Winnipeg, the capital of Manitoba. We'll explore downtown, walk through the historic Exchange District, and visit the Canadian Museum for Human Rights. We'll also stop by the Forks Market, Union Station, the Manitoba Legislative Building, the Winnipeg Art Gallery, and the Royal Canadian Mint. And at the end of our trip, we'll visit the amazing Manitoba Museum. Let's take a closer look at what Winnipeg has to offer. Downtown Winnipeg has a familiar feel, one that's common in many of Canada's larger industrial cities. You'll see tall glass towers standing next to old brick buildings, a mix of the modern and the historic. The same chain stores and coffee shops line the streets, and traffic moves with that weekday urgency. It's a blend of business, history, and daily life, all packed into a few busy blocks. Winnipeg sits at the meeting point of the Red and Assiniboine Rivers, once a major trading hub for Indigenous peoples and later for fur traders. It grew into a railway city and became the gateway to the West. Today, it's a blend of cultures, history, and prairie resilience. From freezing winters to lively summer festivals, Winnipeg has always been a city that adapts and endures. At the heart of downtown is Portage and Main, often called the windiest corner in Canada. It's one of the most well-known intersections in the country, where two major streets meet in a cross of history and hustle. Surrounded by office towers and constant traffic, it feels more like a place to pass through than to pause. Still, there's something iconic about standing at a spot that's been a symbol of Winnipeg for generations. Winnipeg Square is a prominent underground shopping concourse located in the heart of downtown Winnipeg. It's part of the underground walkway system, connecting major office towers like the Richardson Building and the Fairmont Hotel, as well as offering access to Portage and Main. The square features a variety of shops, cafes, services, and is especially popular during Winnipeg's frigid winters, providing a warm and convenient way to navigate downtown. It is a hub of activity during business hours, linking commuters, professionals, and visitors to key points in the city. Around Portage and Main, you'll find some striking public art that adds character to the busy intersection. Northwatch is a bronze sculpture of a seated person, calmly observing the city. It feels both curious and wise. Nearby, Seal River Crossing captures a dramatic moment. A group of caribou leaping across rugged terrain, frozen in motion. And just steps away, children shows a group of kids mid-run, full of energy and movement, like a snapshot of childhood joy. When we visited, city workers were giving the children's sculpture a good scrub. If you step off the beaten path in downtown Winnipeg, you'll find yourself in a place where time seems to linger, in cobblestone streets, vintage signage, and brick-clad facades that whisper stories of a forgotten bomb. This is the Exchange District, a National Historic Site and one of the most beautifully preserved commercial districts in North America. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, Winnipeg was the fastest growing city in Canada. At one point, it was even dubbed the Chicago of the North. Why? Because just like Chicago after its Great Fire, Winnipeg rose with ambition. Its streets lined with warehouses, banks, and office towers designed in the same Beaux-Arts and Chicago-style architecture. Architects from across the continent came here to build a city of the future. From 1880 to 1913, Winnipeg was booming. The railway made it a gateway to the West. Grain flowed in, fortunes were made, and buildings went up in a frenzy of optimism. By 1911, it was Canada's third largest city. Investors believed Winnipeg would one day rival Toronto or even Chicago, but the dream stalled. World War I cast a long shadow. Then the Panama Canal opened in 1914, redirecting trade routes away from the prairies. The Winnipeg General Strike of 1919 shook the city to its core. And as economic tides shifted, the boomtown's rise came to a quiet halt. The skyscrapers stopped going up, but that may have been a blessing in disguise. Because today, the Exchange District is a living museum of early 20th century architecture. Over 150 heritage buildings stand shoulder to shoulder in just a 20-block radius. Film crews love it, creatives flock to it, and visitors walk these streets, not to rush, but to reflect. There's art, coffee, music, and the buzz of a district reborn, not by commerce, but by culture. So if you ever find yourself in Winnipeg, don't just walk by, walk through. Let the stories in stone speak. Let the echoes of that old ambition guide you. Because here in the Exchange District, the past is always present. In the middle of Winnipeg, there's a building that stands out, not just because of how it looks, but because of what it stands for. The Canadian Museum for Human Rights is hard to miss. Its glass tower stretches up into the sky, and the building's shape is unlike anything around it. Outside it feels quiet, peaceful, but there's power in the design. The glass represents transparency and hope. The stone, strength. The Tower of Light reminds us of possibility. Step inside, and it's like entering a different world. The air feels calm. The walls curve around you. There's soft light everywhere, and wide ramps gently lead you from one level to the next, like a path through history. This museum is about people, about what we've lived through, what we've learned, and what we still need to change. Each floor shares real stories from around the world. There are exhibits on the Indigenous peoples in Canada, on struggles for gender and racial equality. You'll see photos, watch videos, listen to survivors, and sometimes just stop and take it all in. Some stories are hard to hear, but they're important, because this place doesn't just show what went wrong, it shows what people have done to make things right. At the top, the Tower of Hope waits. Climb it, and you'll be rewarded with an amazing view of the city. It's a powerful reminder that no matter how dark the past has been, there's always a way forward. This museum is about us, where we've been, where we are, and where we're going. Leaving the Canadian Museum for Human Rights, there's a quiet path that slips away from the crowds. A narrow walkway, shaded by trees, leads toward the Peace Park. It's peaceful here, like the city slows down just a little. Up ahead, the Esplanade Riel footbridge stretches across the Red River. It's a beautiful bridge, sleek, modern, and designed with a gentle curve that makes it feel almost like it's floating. Crossing to the other side, you end up on the east bank of the river, in Saint Boniface. From the Taché Promenade, you get a different angle of the city. In spring, lilacs bloom along the path and everything smells fresh and full of life. The trail follows the river, and after a short walk, you reach the Saint Boniface Cathedral. It's not like most churches. The original building was massive, built in 1908, but a fire in the late 60s destroyed most of it. What's left is the stone front, still standing tall, with open windows that frame the sky. Behind it, there's a smaller modern chapel where people still gather. It's quiet here, peaceful, the kind of place where you pause without meaning to. Heading back the way we came, we noticed the big Winnipeg sign standing tall in 150 Winter Park. It's a popular photo spot, and for good reason. The letters are bold and bright, with the Museum for Human Rights in the background. It's like the city saying, yeah, this is us. The park itself was named in honor of Canada's 150th birthday. and it's become a nice little hangout spot, especially in the summer. Keep walking south and the energy starts to pick up. You arrive at the Forks Market, where things get lively, street performers, kids playing, the smell of food in the air. This spot has been a meeting place for over thousands of years. First for Indigenous peoples who gathered at the junction of the Red and Assiniboine Rivers. Later, it became a hub for fur traders, railway workers, and immigrants arriving from all over the world. It's called the Forks because this is literally where the rivers fork and where so many paths have crossed. The buildings here were once part of a rail yard full of old warehouses, but over time they've been transformed. Now those same walls house local shops, bakeries, cafes, and market stalls. You can grab a coffee, try some local craft beer, or just wander around. It's a place that's managed to keep its roots while still feeling fresh. History wrapped up in something you can snack on. Just 5 minutes from here, you'll reach Union Station, a grand landmark that's been welcoming travelers since 1911. Designed by the same architects behind New York's Grand Central, this station isn't just a transit hub. It's a symbol of Winnipeg's historic role as a crossroads of Canada. Now, look across the Trans-Canada Highway. You'll spot the remnants of Upper Fort Garry, once a Hudson's Bay Company trading post and military stronghold. It played a vital role in shaping the Red River settlement. Though most of the fort is gone, its restored gate and the interactive heritage park around it offer a powerful glimpse into Manitoba's fur trade past and the birth of the province itself. If you walk down Broadway from Union Station, which is actually part of the Trans-Canada Highway, you'll end up right in front of one of the important buildings in Winnipeg, the Manitoba Legislative Building. It's such a beautiful and grand structure, and it's been standing tall since 1920. This building is the heart of Manitoba's government, and it's known for its stunning architecture. What's really interesting is the building's design. It has this massive dome on top, and when you look at it closely, you'll notice all these symbolic details. There's even a golden statue called the Golden Boy right on top, which represents the province's youth and strength. Inside, there's so much history and art. It's a place where important decisions are made that affect all of Manitoba. Definitely a spot worth checking out. Now, if we walk down Memorial Boulevard from the Legislative Building, on your left, you'll see the incredible Winnipeg Art Gallery, or WAG, as it's often called. It's one of the oldest and largest art galleries in Canada, and is such a gem in the city. The WAG is known for its amazing collection of Canadian art, especially its huge collection of Inuit art. It's actually home to one of the world's largest public collections of Inuit art, which is so unique and beautiful. From sculptures to prints, you'll find incredible pieces that reflect the culture, traditions, and stories of the Arctic. The gallery also hosts rotating exhibitions, so there's always something new to see. Whether it's contemporary art, historical exhibitions, or cultural showcases, you're sure to find something that will grab your attention. The building itself is a work of art with modern architecture and plenty of space to explore. If you're visiting Winnipeg, you absolutely can't miss the Royal Canadian Mint. Located just outside the city in the suburbs, this unique spot is not only where Canadian coins are made, but also where over 75 countries around the world have their coins minted. It's pretty amazing to think that money from so many places across the globe is created right here in Winnipeg. When you visit, you'll also see something really cool right in front of the mint. A giant statue of the famous loon that is on the Canadian $1 loonie coin. It's a perfect photo op and adds a fun touch to the experience. Inside you get to see the entire minting process, from the design stage to the actual production. They also have an incredible collection of limited edition coins, some of which are pretty special. If you're into history or just want to see something cool and unique, the Royal Mint gives you a behind-the-scenes look at how money is made and why it's such a big deal. The Manitoba Museum, located in the heart of Winnipeg, is a must-see destination for anyone interested in history, science, and culture. This incredible museum offers a deep dive into the province's rich past, showcasing everything from natural history to Indigenous culture and even outer space. One of the most impressive parts of the museum is the Human History Gallery, where you can learn about the lives of Indigenous peoples in Manitoba, along with the history of European settlers and the impact they had on the land. It's a fascinating look at how different cultures shaped the province over time. The Science Gallery is another highlight, packed with interactive displays that cover everything from the natural world to space exploration. If you're into dinosaurs, you won't want to miss their huge dinosaur exhibit, which features incredible fossils and lifelike models that bring these ancient creatures to life. One of the most unique features of the museum is the Nonsuch, a full-sized replica of a 17th century sailing ship that was crucial in establishing trade routes between Europe and Canada. It's an amazing piece of history, and stepping aboard the ship really helps you imagine what life was like for early explorers. And for families, the Science Gallery is a hit with kids, offering hands-on exhibits and interactive displays that make learning fun. Whether you're here for the history, the science, or just the experience, the Manitoba Museum has something for everyone to enjoy. Winnipeg turned out to be full of surprises, from local spots like the Forks to quiet walks in Exchange District. There's a lot more here than people might expect. It's a city with character and a down-to-earth feel that grows on you. I'm glad I made the stop, and if you're ever passing through, give Winnipeg a chance. You might just end up loving it too. See you in the next one.